This is the proper way to make an iron fist. You begin conditioning. This is second level right here. This is a bag of sand. You start with beans. Kidney beans are easy pinto beans. You put them in a canvas bag and you slap them at least 100 times a day. Up to sand. Level 3 is steel shot. Usually we have to work at that. I keep myself at about level 2 as far as the conditioning is concerned and just getting used to doing that. Now what that means is I just did a full contact stick fighting match in a cage and I have almost no bruising of the arms and the hands. I did take shots. You normally take a few shots when you fight, but I have virtually no injury in my hands or my arms simply because I spend a lot of time conditioning my limbs. Something my daddy taught me and now I've taught you.
All right, welcome back everybody. Glad you're here to join me with this one. You seen it, you heard it. I'm not trying to bash anybody. I'm not trying to get into a measuring contest with anybody or anything like that. But dude, I've never seen anybody, I've told you guys this before, I've never seen anyone that started with mung beans and worked up ever impressed me with their iron palm. Maybe there are people out there who can have some serious power from their iron palm by training that method, but I have yet to meet one. The other thing too, and please, if anything I have ever said, take this to heart. You know, he said you go from beans to sand to level 3 is steel shot. And he said, but he stays around level 2, just slapping a sandbag like that. Steel shot. I was in the steel industry for 20 years of my life. Steel reverberates back into you. You have to use lead, or if you can find pure copper and get BBs made, you know, or shot with pure copper, they absorb. That's why it's called iron palm, because you're using iron, not steel. It's called copper hand because you can use copper, not steel. All right, that is just ridiculous, and you're going to screw up. The other thing it really reminded me of is like semen retention. People think that every time I've ever seen anything on semen retention is they talk about just stopping the urination flow and then letting it flow back and then stopping the urination, and that's it. They don't have any meditation, they don't have any massage, they don't have anything else to go along with it. This is the same thing I see with iron palm like this, that they just hit. They don't balance the chi. They don't move the energy and get used to moving the energy. When I first started doing that meditation where you're inhaling and then bringing it down and around, you know, you close your eyes and you feel yourself swaying. And, you know, teacher mentioned that's called the snake running up the spine, because you're not used to it yet, and so you feel yourself swaying. It feels more rocky, you know, when you have your eyes closed, but you're probably just barely swaying, and you feel that. So until you get that serpent going straight up basically and around instead of like that, you're not controlling your energy. All right, you don't even have a feel for your energy. So this is what's crazy, and I'm gonna put a link to that video because I want you guys to check out the comments. The first thing after I seen it, I went to the comments because I thought, oh man, this dude's gonna get bashed, but he wasn't. It was praise, talking about how they used to practice this method years ago and things of this nature. And this is how backwards the Chinese martial arts have come. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this whole little section on iron palm. Mike Biggie and I are, we've touched base, and so we're going to definitely do a interview, and so stay tuned for that, you guys, because you know Mike's been in the Chinese martial arts as long as I have. He really went into the herbal part as a young man all the way till now, and he has a hell of a lot of knowledge for herbs, dealing with us. All right. I went to a herbalist here in Las Vegas, and I went to a few of them. You know what they showed me for some iron palm medicine or Ditdajal? A little bottle that's, you know, got some liquid in it. And I said, no, I need the herbs. And they all told me they don't know how to do that. All right. And these are herbalists. And if they do, if they don't tell you that they don't know, they go on the internet and try and find it or get a recipe from somebody. All right. So this is what's crazy. Mike is incredible. And I hope you guys are all ready for that. I'm sure you are. Most of my hardcores are. All right, you guys. I'll see you next week. Peace.